All right. Hello, everybody. Dream Team. Welcome to our Monday Night Dream Team Zoom. The dog is scratching at the door. This could just be a total cluster, but we're going to do our best. It's already the 3rd of May. I don't know where April went. April was a blur probably for most of you, especially those of you that were working really hard to break ranks. So welcome to May. Before we get started, I want to make sure you guys saw or point out so you can go back and find it that we have 3 locals scheduled for, well, we have one for May, one for June, and one for July. I do need people to share their stories at those. So if those dates work for you, let me know. Either comment on that post or send me a message and let me know which local would work for you. And I also announced on May 1st that I'm going to run an accountability group in here. And to actually fully participate, you have to have your certification level 1 and level 2 for your compliance to participate. So I'm giving people a couple more days to get all of that done. That's actually in your cloud. You can find that in your cloud. And then last but not least, in the Vibin' and Thrivin' customer group, this week it is Olivia and Lisa Cook, and they are putting the focus on Mother's Day, on moms. They're actually going to do a skincare giveaway later today. Olivia did a live about it. Lisa's going to do it tonight. Hang on. She's unmute and tell me what you're saying.
I'm sorry. I just posted it about 10 minutes ago.
Oh, hello. It's up. So okay. So it's up there. So encourage your customers to get over there and win a prize. Like, let's get people excited about Mother's Day and thriving, because who needs moms more than anything, or who needs Thrive more than anything, or moms. Tammy, I only see that 2 is completed, but I did the first one as soon as it launched. I think if you've already completed it, it's probably dropped off by now. So if I would guess, does anybody know? I think I get it. It's okay. As long as you're doing 1 and 2 and you've done it, that's cool. But I just need, in that original post about the accountability group, I'm asking people to put a screenshot that you finished level 2 so that I know you are seriously wanting to be in this accountability group. So, okay, really quickly, I have 3 girls that I asked to come on and talk about Thrivepalooza. But before they do, I want to give you guys my take on Thrivepalooza, and I'll try to talk fast and not take up like a ton of their time. But Thrivepalooza was very different for me this year. I feel like every year it's different. There's always, I don't know, as the group changes and grows and ebbs and flows, it's just always a little different. So this was my 5th Thrivepalooza. Should have been my 6th, but thanks 2020, it was my 5th. This was the first Thrivepalooza that I went to, that it was so weird to me because it wasn't Dream Team. It wasn't like us. It was all these other teams under Dream Team. And it was like such a weird and exciting, and I don't know, it was a weird feeling. Like, we had so many leaders there with teams, and it was awesome. But then at the same time, I was like, I don't know, I'm floating around. Like, it was different. But I have a love-hate with Thrivepalooza because they always do it at the end of the month. Always do it at the end of the month. And for those of you hitting ranks, that's not easy. Like, that sucks. Like, you're at a party and you're not having any fun because you're not focused on that. So shout out to those of you that worked up till the nth hour. I think of Lacey's 40K moment and how fun that was, because she was inside in the party. There were lights, there was music. And then I think of Olivia, and like, it was me and Olivia and Lisa Cook and Courtney standing by a trash can for an hour or 2 in the hallway in the middle of nowhere, working on her 12K. And then I think of, after that, Courtney was just in the staircase. It was just me and Courtney sitting in the staircase. And so I know a lot of people think that there was like a lot of people partying, and there probably was, but there was also a lot of people really working until the nth hour. And I appreciate that from you guys so much, that you were there to grow and you were there to learn, but you were also still working your business. So congratulations to all of you that broke ranks anytime in the month of April, but especially those of you that worked on airplanes, in airports, in the back of Ubers, in the hallway, on top of trash cans, like whatever. We made an office wherever we went. Natasha, I think it just post the highest level completed. That makes sense. I better make sure I go. Yeah, level 2. So that to me is always a love-hate, that you're supposed to be having fun, but it's hard to have fun when you're trying to, finish off your business. But I go to Thrivepalooza every year, and it's always, it's fun. Don't get me wrong. Like, it's fun to get to be with people, to get to see people, to meet people, but I always make sure that I go for myself. which I think sometimes is hard because, or at least in my head, it's hard because I'm like, oh, I want to go hang out with these people and I want to go do this. But I didn't fly all that way and pay all that money and do all that stuff to hang out. Like we could do that in downtown Lebanon for way cheaper. And so this was the first time since I felt like I was floating, like there was lots of people there, but no one I was solely responsible for. I actually sat in Thrivepalooza for the first time from 10 to 5 or whatever time that was. And I took all of it in for this 5 years, people. And this is the first time I like heard every word. I wasn't worried about saving seats because obviously we're all adults. We all got there. We all got as close to each other as we could. I was there like for the words that were coming at me. I was there to grow my business. I was there to grow myself. And I think that a lot of times people forget that your downline, your sidelines, your uplines, we're all there for the same reason. Susan Kaufman actually sat in front of me, and some of you do and don't know, I don't have a direct upline. The next closest person in line for us as a team is Brittany Williams, and we're pretty far. I don't even know where we fall. And then there was Lindsay sitting there, who is Brittany's sponsor, and then there was Susan. And so watching Susan and Lindsay like react to what was being said on stage, and everyone is taking it in. So I just hope that for those of you that went, or those of you that took the time to do the live stream ticket, whatever they call it, I hope that you took it all in. I hope that, because I know there's a part of me, and maybe this is just that I'm a girl and I get so insecure about stuff, but like, of course I'm like, oh my God, that girl's outfit is so cute. Like, oh, she's on stage. She's, could I ever do that? Could I wear heels? Probably could. I have to wear flip-flops. Like your brain goes in all these directions sometimes, but this is the first time I think I brought myself back to center and really paid attention for myself. And so I hope you guys all got that. I know it gets crazy with flying, hotel rooms, trying to eat, trying to find people, trying to Uber, trying to walk. I mean, I know it like travel is crazy, but I hope that when you were in that room Saturday from 10 to 5, that you were there for yourself, that you were there to learn, that you took away so many good things. Like I just left with so much good stuff in my brain. I was exhausted when I got home. Like I was truly and swollen. That post I made today was no joke, people. You could not tell the difference between my calf, my ankle, and my foot. And I could not tie my gym shoes all the way this morning. It was so bad. They hurt, but it was worth it. It was worth every little bit of it. So I just want you to know that every single time you go, it's going to be different. It's going to be different because your team's going to be different. You're going to add people, you're going to lose people. You're going to have leaders come out of the teams, and they're going to be busy with their people, and their people are going to have people. And that is the exciting part of it all, is to watch your business grow. So it was a really cool year for me. It was emotional for me. When you guys know I do not get emotional, that is just not my thing, but it was really emotional to sit there and see it. And I don't know, I loved it. And I appreciate everyone that made the effort to get there. I know some of you couldn't come, but I love all of you that put in the effort to be a part of it some way, shape, or how, whether it was virtually or actually being there, because I know it's a big commitment. Like I get it, trust me, I get it. So anyway, so what I'll just be quiet. What I wanted to do tonight was have 3 people who have never been to Thrivepalooza before come on, and I kind of already gave them some direction. Like I want them to talk about that time from 10 to 5 on Saturday where you're in this room and you kind of have to pee and you're kind of hungry, but you don't want to miss the next thing and you're not sure what to do. And so I want them to talk about that and what they learned, what they felt, like what they picked up from it. So we didn't really talk about order, but let me see whose face I see. Oh, Ashley, you're the first face I see. So I'm going to ask to unmute you. And I think you have to say yes or hit your button. Okay, cool.
Okay.
You are ready to go, girl.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So I don't know where to start. I'm really still processing a lot from this weekend. I loved every bit of that training. I felt like I learned so much. I mean, it almost felt like being in a room with celebrities. I've never seen Jason and Paul in real life. All those millionaires. I mean, that was super surreal to me. Seeing millionaires, that's like stuff I see in movies. Um, and this kind of showed me like it's actually possible. Yeah, I felt like I learned so much. Very excited for the new products. I loved getting to sit and see all that information and getting to hear about that before it comes out. So I'm ridiculously excited about that. Um,
Did you have a
oh
favorite
God.
speaker?
Um,
Not even, you don't even have to know their names because it's hard to know their names, but was there one
right.
speaker that you were like, oh my gosh?
I mean, Gary,
Yeah.
Gary Bishop for sure. He really spoke to my soul this weekend. I was excited for that. I really truly went this weekend to change my life and change my mindset. Not a lot of you know me personally, but I've had a serious struggle lately with my mental health, and that's really why I went this weekend. And honestly, it helped. I mean, I feel like my cup is full. I heard so much I needed to hear. Gary really spoke to me so much. Like I was getting emotional. And everyone else that talked, I mean, I loved their advice. And like I know like Courtney Glazer, I know everybody here loves her. And Maria and Lindsay, like seeing them in real life was awesome. And hearing their feedback and their advice. And I've been on the sidelines for a long time. I think you all know that. I obviously have not been active. But I've been thriving for like 4 or 5 years and I'm so passionate about it. And this really showed me, I feel like I hold myself back a lot, but only seeing guys on Facebook, sometimes I forget this showed me it's real life. This is possible for me,
Mhm.
even though I feel like I've been behind and it's taken me a really long time to learn what I need to. This showed me what I needed to learn as a promoter. It really did.
So can I ask you, because you said this yourself, that you've been a promoter for a really long time. This is not the first opportunity you had to go to a Thrivepalooza, correct?
No.
What was it this time that you were like, I'm going to do it?
um, I think me, honestly, I sometime in these last couple of months, I really was like, okay, I have got to get my shit together. And this came up and I was like, I have the money. I made sure I had I was able to line up care and I was like, you know what? I have to do this. I know I have to do this for me now. Like my time is coming. I can feel it and I needed it. I was ready for it finally.
Okay, that's exciting.
Yes.
So have you read Gary's book?
Yes, so I listened to the Audible already. I
Okay.
feel like I did not absorb it. So I was reading the book on the plane on the way here, which was cool. I connected with the girl next to me over that.
Oh, fun.
So, and then hearing him while reading it, that was really cool.
Okay. So any last thoughts? Any
Um, I would say, I don't even know, something like this. Thrive is huge and it was scary and it was a huge leap for me. And I mean, I tell you what, if I could screw it up this weekend, I felt like it went wrong, but it was so worth it. It was so worth every minute.
sometimes our biggest challenges are just for us to prove that we want it bad enough.
Yes. And even if you're new, I mean, it's worth it. It really is. I took away so much.
Good. All right. Well, I'm going to move on, but if you think of something else before we get off of here, because I know sometimes when other people start talking, it'll come to you, just let me know and I'll put you back on.
Okay.
Okay. So I got to go back to this other view so I can see people. Okay. It's coming up. There's Yola. You're next in line. Yola, you ready? We just got to get you unmuted there.
Okay, can you hear me?
We can. It's your turn, girl.
Okay, well, first of all, I want to apologize for the weather because Texas was crazy cloudy, and today I'm sitting on my porch and it's beautiful. So I'm sorry for that. But I will tell you that I've only been thriving since November, and I really wanted to go to Thrivepalooza. Sandra has told me so much about it. And to be honest, I always thought that direct sales companies, that these people were just lucky. You know, they lived in big towns, they had huge networks, that they weren't real, that they couldn't make all this money. And Thrivepalooza just proved me wrong. I mean, seeing all those millionaires go across, and I just thought, it's possible. And I'm the product of our product. And so that stuck with me. And I just know that whenever I did leave to go to the bathroom, I was following up. I mean, I took that time and I was like following up, because that one girl, she was one of my favorites at the beginning, said it took 13 follow-ups for her. And I was like, um, I've been slacking with that. So I just soaked it all in, and everyone that I talked to, whether it was in line at the bathroom, I asked them questions, and I just absorbed everything from inside the auditorium to in line at the bathroom. I wanted to know everybody's, what works for them, what doesn't.
Did you have a favorite speaker?
Yeah, it was the one African American lady in the white who said it took 13 follow-ups for her to get started. I just loved her.
So if somebody remembers her name, type it in there.
Yeah, I cannot remember, but I just loved her. When she was talking about ghosting people and this, that, I mean, I just thought she was great. She was so natural up there. And I just loved her. But I mean, I liked them all, but it was just, I don't know. I feel like if I don't do well in this business, then it's my fault.
Okay.
After I saw everybody, then it's my fault.
That was yeah, that's awesome. That's it. To me, that's what Thrivepalooza is. Either you go and you get everything out of it, or you don't. And it's, if you don't get it, you're there. So something stopped you. And I honestly feel like a few years in a row, things in my mind stopped me, and that's my fault. But this year I made a promise to myself to be in the moment, and it made such a difference. I'm so glad you came.
I am too.
She would come back from the bathroom and be like, "Hey, I did 2 follow-ups in the bathroom."
Yeah.
So cute. Okay, so same thing. If you think of something, let me know. But any final thoughts?
No, I'm just really glad that y'all encouraged me to go. I mean, I really am, because, because I was new, I just thought, well, I'm not going to know anybody. Everybody that I met, even from our group, everyone was just so friendly and so helpful. And what I think is everybody wants everyone to succeed. And I just thought that was amazing.
Good. Oh my gosh, I love this so much. Okay. All right, let me go back to the view where everybody's at. Natasha, I see you now. Can you, oh, yep. Wait,
Hi.
1 sec. Let me
Can you
make,
hear
okay.
me?
All right, there you go. Hi, cutie.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Also, it is like a full moon because my dogs are acting like fools. So
That makes me feel better.
yeah, it's not just you. So I went through my 9 pages of notes and I kind of broke it down into 3 reminders that I think are helpful for us every time that we're, approaching our business. 3 quotes that I took away from people who spoke, and then 1 fact.
Okay, cool.
Tried to organize it.
I love it
Sorry.
organized, yeah.
So one fact that I think we should all like really grasp is that our company had 25% growth in 2020 during a freaking pandemic. Like, if that isn't job security, I don't know what is. That should make you feel really confident about the products that we sell and about the company that we have. So that was my fact. And then I'm just going to go into my reminders. So I kind of took these as like a holistic view of what I got from all of the different speakers that spoke. And then, like Yola said, meeting all the different promoters across the organization, kind of what they spoke to us. So everyone is different, and that's okay. Everyone needs to find their own way of sharing the Thrive experience, of gathering those customers and those promoters. And, you may be bubbly and energetic and saying, "Hey girl," in your chats, but someone else may be completely different and saying, "Hey, if you can't invest $150 in yourself, I don't know what your problem is." Like, you may be completely different than someone else, but you have to find what works for you. So that was number 1. 2 was your reaction and your response can make or break your business, and accepting people where they are in that moment. So, like, I don't remember if it was Ashley or Yola, but the lady that spoke that 13 times she was reached out to. So finding someone and loving them in that space that they're in, and really reminding yourself that, how long did it take you to thrive? I know Lacey watched Sam for years and years and years before she became a thriver, and it's everybody's time is different. The third one, the lady said, you don't build a business, you build people. I would maybe change that to you build relationships. And I know Tammy has stressed that over and over and over to us. You're building relationships with these people and caring about them and their experience. I know Brittany Williams sat down with us at dinner when we went to the Susan Kaufman dinner on Saturday. And that just felt so real and genuine that she cared enough to sit down. I know she knew Dawn's name, which made Dawn really excited because she looks up to Brittany. And so caring about those people that are not only your customers, but also your promoters. Those were my reminders. And then I have three quotes.
Oh, I'm excited.
So this one is from Paul. He said, passive is the killer of financial freedom. That really spoke to me because I would see promoters all weekend that weren't afraid to hand a business card to a housekeeper or a cook or a Uber driver. And I am so terrified of that. That is not me. But I have to remind myself that there are situations where we have a product that will work for people, and sharing that experience could literally change their life. So being passive may not help us build that business. And then the last two are kind of along the lines of follow-ups again. There's more in it for them than it is for you. Sorry. There's more in it for them than there is for you. And I think that's so true because there was more in it when I took that rush gel from Lacey than I could even imagine. I just got a rank advancement bonus and literally changed my life from a rush gel packet. And we are here to help people change their lives. So we have to remember that it sucks to send that follow up. It really, really does. And everybody hates it, but we could literally change someone's life. Because, and this is the last one that I kind of wanted to wrap up with, someone somewhere is praying that you're going to reach out to them and they may not know it. And that day may be a day that their kid has colic and they've cried and cried and cried because their baby won't stop screaming, but they're praying for what we have and we could really change someone's life. So follow up.
Girl, that was so organized. I loved it. So I won't ask you if you had a favorite speaker because obviously you took it from.
Oh God, I had so many. Rodney's amazing. He's fire.
So I've been waiting on somebody to say Rodney.
He is such fire. I literally was crying. I was like, oh my gosh.
Well, because I think like, so if you take what Ashley was saying about it and Yola, even like you got, it felt so real because you guys got to meet people for the first time that you've maybe seen in the magazine or you've seen on Zoom or whatever. And they were there. They were like in front of you. Case in point, Rodney was homeless and now he was standing on stage. And trust me, he's wearing some pretty dapper clothing these days. And then I know we all love Brittany. Like, and it's just funny that you said her at the same time you said this story about being passive. Brittany was a housekeeper. Brittany was Lindsay's housekeeper. Like that is the moment that you're talking about right there. Like, do I, everyone's like, well, I don't want to offend the lady or I don't want her to put her on the spot, or you're offering her something amazing. If she takes it, great. If she doesn't, great. It's her life, but you're offering it. And so think about that. If Brittany hadn't met Lindsay and Brittany hadn't seen Lindsay's vision board and realized there was something out there, none of us would be here. None of us. It would have gone in a completely different direction. So I love that you did write that down. I was trying to, I'm not good with notes. Like I really wanted to pull my phone out and just kind of like record stuff so I could listen to it again. Because I have to hear, but I don't know. I just think it was amazing. Is there anybody else on here that wants to add like something they heard from a favorite speaker? Anybody? I loved everything about this weekend. I loved meeting all of you and spending time with you. That's my roomie, Kristen, who's saying that right there. This year was also really fun too, because I roomed with people I didn't really know. I wish there was a recording. Okay, so thank you for saying that. What they typically do is in your cloud office where you have the online trainings in the cloud, those are from Thrivepalooza. So what they will most likely do, and it takes him some time because, it's a very busy fella that does all of our marketing, videos and stuff for us, but they will take snippets and they'll put them in chunks and they'll put them in the cloud office as training. At least that's what they've done in the past. They might do something slightly different. I don't know. But yes, like all of those things that were said, like I just want to hear them over and over and over and over. I want it to just go into my brain forever. Yeah, Rodney, just keep going. That was, I love that. So for those of you that weren't there, Rodney, when he was speaking, he kept talking about these scenarios where, you know, somebody makes fun of you, somebody tells you no, somebody on your team leaves, like all the things that could happen. And he was like, what do? You just keep going. You know, think about it. All of you on here, if you quit the first time somebody told you no or had said something kind of negative, none of you would be here. I wouldn't be here. I'd have been long gone. So think about that. Like, just keep going. Rodney, or wait, I also love her. Yeah. Oh, Rodney made you cry. See, it was, I don't know. There was something in the air. It was just very, I don't know. I thought it was just me, but maybe not. Maybe everyone felt it this time. But anybody else want to share? Did any of my speakers think of something that they were like, oh, I wanted to say this and I forgot? Anybody? Okay, well, I'm totally going to put, Lindsay, can I put you on the spot? Okay. Can you unmute?
Yep.
Okay, so everybody, hi, this is Lindsay, our millionaire team leader. She got inducted officially this weekend. So I want to say congratulations.
Yay, thank you.
She just commented and said, I'm upping my Instagram game. So Lindsay, so here's the thing I want to make sure people understand. I know you on a personal level and I adore and love you. And I know that you're human. Like, yes, you're Lindsay and yes, you're amazing and you're super fun and you're $1 million inductee. But you're human. And I saw you sitting there and you would nod your head and every now and then you would turn and look at Susan and be like, I'm going to be better about that. I'm going to work on that. So can you talk about how no matter where you are in the company, when you go to Thrivepalooza, it's for you. You're there for you. Like, what did you take away?
For me, it's just knowing that I got to love where I'm at. That's the most important thing. And quit comparing yourself, guys. Damn it. Stop. You are worthy. You have so much to be thankful and grateful for. So the first thing, I'm very bad at that, is comparing myself. Lindsay Coggins probably spoke to me the most. I have been following her and am hitting quite a bit for quite some time on Instagram. But to hear her say that she was 200K and almost quit, like, that's incredible to me. And the most important thing that she said, it wasn't her family and friends that got her there, guys. It was strangers. And that's what I want for you to understand, is those strangers. And that's why I'm going to up my Instagram game. I've got Facebook down pat. I have to do things outside of my comfort zone. Even 7.5 years into this business, I'm having to make some investments in some different things and do some different things and reshift my focus. Because one of my IMs is I'm turning the page in my Lavelle business. And I know for some of y'all think, well, Lindsay, you're here and you're there and you're that. I'm not happy with that. That's not good enough for me. I'm ready to be a billionaire in this company. And in order to do that, I have to turn the page in my business. I thought you were going to ask me a question, Tammy. Sorry.
No, I was whispering to Tom. He's taking the dog out of the room because he was. Carry on.
Hi, Tom. So for me, it's one of those things. It's just like I said at the team dinner the other night. I'm ready to travel. I'm ready to do things that maybe other uplines, sidelines, downlines aren't ready to do, but I am ready to do that. So for me, it may not be so much of this, but it's going to be more of that. Like, I sit down today and learn some more on my Instagram. I'm trying to learn how to get more followers, do different things like that, just because it's going to be a lot of busy work, but busy work behind the scenes is what's going to be different. So what stuck out to me is stop comparing. I don't care. There's not one person on this Zoom that cannot tell me that they've never compared themselves. And if you do, you're lying. Second thing is, I want you to, all the information that you've got this weekend, if you're on the Zoom and you're getting all of this tonight and you're just like, I don't even know where to start, break it up. Do one thing, one time a week, twice a week, whatever the case is that you need to do. For me, I'm just going full steam ahead into my Instagram. There's 5,000 things I need to be doing. But I feel like that, and I've said this for 2 years now, Instagram is where I need to go. I heard not one too many leaders have something say that that's where I built this from. So that's really and never stop learning and growing and listening to others. That's the most important thing. And you saw on my team page today, I'm ready to start doing lives. I'm ready to start being on team Zooms. I'm ready to start doing more things like that and being a part of that instead of trying to do my own. We have so many out there. I just want to be a part of those and not implement one more thing that somebody has to worry about getting on, and take advantage of what we already have. So Jamie, I see that somebody has something they wanted to add.
All right. Thank you so much, Lindsay. I know I didn't prep you, but
You're welcome.
okay, I'm gonna mute. Oh, you, I never ignore that I asked to mute you. I'm gonna find Edie. Wave at me, Edie. Oh, never mind. I see you. I see you. Okay, I'm asking you to unmute. Will it let you? Okay. Oh, no. Yep, there you go. All you, girl.
Go to Sandra too, because she had something too.
Oh, okay.
But your success is exclusively 100% tied to the degree to which you can keep a promise to yourself.
Say it one more time for the people in the back.
Your success is exclusively 100% tied to the degree to which you can keep a promise to yourself.
It gives me chills every flipping time. Yes, thank you. Anything else? Good?
No, I think that's good.
Okay, I'm gonna go find Sandra D. Sandra, if you just want to unmute, because I see you.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yep, go for it.
Okay. I love that, Edie, because I may have gone in the bathroom and didn't hear that quote. But one of the things I always felt like I, struggled with in some ways, but I have gotten so much better in the last 6 months, was the quote unquote closing the sale. And I loved what Maria said about, we're not closing the sale. We are beginning it's the new beginning for that person of what is possible for them. Like I've said over and over again, $25 in credits is nothing to sneeze at. $20 in credits when you're helping someone get their Thrive experience started. I wouldn't be where I am right now if it weren't for $25 in credits. And so you're not closing the sale. It is the beginning of untapped amazingness for the person who's ordering that product.
Yes, I did like that too. I kind of felt bad for the girl after her though, Addie, that had to actually talk about closing the sale because Maria basically said we don't do it. But anyway, I want to go back and read really quick. Wendy says, I don't see you, Wendy. Do you just want to talk? I can't see your face though. I'm not sure where you are, but I will read unless you, oh, there you are. Can you unmute?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm kind of sitting in my bedroom, relaxing. I got cortisone injections in my elbow today.
Oh gosh.
So I'm kind of recouping, and I'd never flown before. So, just all of the things.
Wendy got on an airplane for the first time ever to come to Thrivepalooza. And I know we've had people that have done that before, and it's super scary. So I was very proud of her. I
actually liked the flight. It was pretty bumpy on the way home, a little unnerving, but not bad. Yeah. I don't remember who said it, but the saying that I had heard was, if you want to go fast, oh gosh, I have to write everything down. So okay. it was, if you want to go fast, then go alone. But if you want to go far, then go together. Mm-hmm. And that to me, that was really big because, you can get on it and go, but do you have that support from your team? Do you have the support from your customers? Because not only do you support your customers, by them giving all their feedback and everything, that's support for you as well from your customers. Yes. And without all of that type of that interaction and being there for each other, then you can go fast, but where are you going to be? Are you going to be up there and be alone with none of the support and all of that goes with it? Or mm-hmm. take time to build those relationships, with other promoters and customers and stuff, yes. and be able to go far with it.
Yes, no, I do love that. That is a quote I've heard before, but every time I hear it, and especially in that room that day, and it's true. You guys, your team will it'll ebb and flow. People will come, people will go. And sometimes you'll see people shoot in this business really quickly and they'll disappear. And then sometimes you'll have people that take a long time and it'll still be amazing. So let me see real quick. So Ashley said, I do have one more thing. Ashley, you can unmute. Okay.
Hi. Okay, so I just saw this and I wrote it down. It was actually Gary that said it. I loved him. He said, how many people will this chapter impact? And I thought that was great. I didn't even realize that really hit me. I hear other people's stories and it's so impactful. And that just told me like, it's okay to start sharing my story. I have been absolutely terrified too. And I don't know why, but yeah, that just showed me like, so many people impact me, and I guess it's time for me to start doing that. But yeah, I love that quote.
Well, good. No, thank you for that. Edie, Olivia, Edie says, I found a note. Are you unmuted? No. Can you unmute? There you go.
There we go. It just kind of goes along with the success and promises to yourself. There's power in your word to yourself. Be inspired by my promises. Honor yourself, and promises rise above the bullshit.
Yes. Oh, we all need that printed. That was good. Thank you for sharing that, for sure. Okay, so we could do this all night, but we won't because we have other things to do. Community is built in circles, not rows. Yes, big time. We're here to win together, not to compete. Yes. So hopefully for those of you, obviously those of you that were there, you felt it, you learned, you got what you needed from that weekend. So try to, like, we had a horrible flight on the way home too. So like try to ignore that part and try to ignore the, like, you know, having to walk 18 blocks because we couldn't find anything open to eat kind of thing. Ignore all of that and focus on what you got from the trip, because it's what you get from that trip that will change your business. And it all starts up here. It literally all starts up here. You're also inspiring. Yes, it's very inspiring. So for those of you that didn't get to go, hopefully they'll have some of those snippets out soon. If you heard someone talk tonight and they said something that you're like, wait, I want to know more about that, contact them. Like, you can see everyone's faces and names. Contact them and say, who was it that said it? What was that quote again? Like, you know, share with each other, like help build each other up, and use this time to get yourself in the right mindset. You guys, you're in the right place at the right time. I actually panicked a little bit inside my little mommy heart when they put all the millionaires on the stage, because it scares me. That's a lot of people on one stage. I'm like, what if that falls in? We're going to have a situation. But that's how many people are up there, like on the stage. And not all the millionaires were able to come. Like, no one from Canada. I don't think anyone from Canada could come. But anyway, so just know it's real. These are all, and I get the whole thing, like they feel like celebrities, but I'm telling you, they put their pants on the same way you do. They're just as nervous as you are. They just maybe been around a little longer or figured out something that you haven't figured out yet. So just use it as inspiration, but not for comparison. Like Lindsay said, you cannot compare your journey with someone else's. You have no idea. Some of the people who you think are like, oh my gosh, amazing, they're blah, 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 blah. They come from things you could never, ever, ever imagine, from turmoil that you could never imagine, but they rose above it all. So use that to push yourself forward, not to bring yourself down. So anyway, I'm going to put this recording up on the YouTube. Thank you all so much for sharing. And if you need me, I'm right here. Bye.